Hi all, welcome back. Conflict of Heroes, Solo Mission 3, Hunting Chernov. This is part 3, I think. Right, determined to get some gameplay in this part, because the last two have been very slow and long and whatever. So hopefully I'm not going to rant on here for a long time. Although I do need to get this situation that I left this at, and I feel like if I just slept on this and thought about it and I think I was overthinking things, to be honest. Um, Regarding how to deal with this, I did end up posting the question, got a couple of replies, particularly the one from Russ kind of explains things as I guess I kind of thought they were. So there you go. If I just calmed down a bit and thought about it rather than, well, not overthought it. I think I was trying to find a different way that it worked. And just stretching across there, it's the counteractions we're talking about here. AI with more in-line of sight units within 5 hexes than in-line of sight AI. Even when I read that back this morning, I thought it's not really that hard to take on board, Grant. So why were you struggling so much? Yeah, I think that what the AI is going to do just feels a little odd. Maybe that's what threw me. And then I was also talking about the fact that would more than one AI carry out this instruction? Well, why would that be? I mean, it would say all AI with more. It would say that they only get to move one unit. There are sometimes special instructions that do that. In particular, I know there's one coming up that's, I think it's with RE, all the rumoured enemies make a move and whatever. But I mean, it would say all. It wouldn't just say AI with more. It's looking for the one with more units, more in-line of sight units within 5 hexes than in-line of sight AI. And right, like Russ also quoted that my follow-up part was what happens if there's more than one AI, and he says that's what rule 5.21. Now we've got the latest rules here, so which is just breaking it down. Yeah, eligible AI move hierarchy. If more than one eligible AI is equidistant to a target, then execute a move order with the unhit AI before a hit AI, the AI with the lowest cost to move, then randomly. So that's how they broke it down. If there was more than one, we didn't have more than one, but yeah, we had this situation here, and well, we'll just look at that and just read out how Russ has explained it to me. He says, as far as I know, that means, and what I'm talking about is that counteraction I just read out. For each AI unit, count how many player units it sees that are within 5 hexes of it, and count how many AI units it sees regardless how far. So, yeah, so it can see one unit, and unfortunately, where it's positioned, it's not. No, that's not a unit. Sorry, it's not got line of sight on any other AI. Now let's just double check now, because I think you've got these two buildings here. Yeah, it's anything going up there is going to cross that, but that's not an AI as well, Grant. I'm looking at these wrecks and they're putting me off now, but it's all the RE, it's all the rumoured enemies. So he's not got a line of sight on any of the other one, and this is what I kind of thought last night when I was dealing with it, and I don't know why I just didn't just stick with that. Anyway, so and then he carries on, and then he says, is there any AI unit that sees more close player units than AI units? These have got to be within 5. The other one, the AI can be within any range. So is there more of these than there is the AI? And the answer is yes. If so, then the AI does a low risk move towards its closest AI unit. So this is the closest AI, he's going to do a low risk move to there. And it's as simple as that, and I think I spoke about it like that in the recording. And I don't know why I didn't feel confident enough about going ahead with it, and just like I say, I think when I looked at it again this morning, I thought, it's not really that difficult, Grant. I think I was just overthinking it. And like I say, it then goes on to quote Rule 5.2.1. If there's more than one AI that's got the same amount, then we would decide that between unhit over hit, lowest cost to move, and then randomly. So thanks for that, Russ. Sorry if it was a daft question, which it kind of felt like that after you gave me the answer. And well, not so much, to be honest. Did I see the answer last night? I did see it before I went to my bed, but when I got up this morning, I looked at the counteractions again, and I thought, yeah, that's quite clear. It's not really that unclear. So I apologise if it was a bit of a daft one. Anyway, okay, so now we know what we're doing. This guy is going to low risk move towards there. Okay. Right, let me pause a sec. Okay, well, my thinking just before I maybe look at the rule book is he can get closer. The problem is he's going to reverse, and reverse is going to lose his bonus move as well. Going backwards disables any bonus movement that they have. So he can go in there. Now he's in a fire zone. He's in a fire zone. He could go here, which is getting one closer. He could go here, which is getting one closer. However, that would still be in a fire zone, even though it would be in cover. So pretty much my thinking, I mean, he could go there as well, which wouldn't be in a fire zone, because remember that's blocking line of sight. That, oh no, it's not. My bad, sorry. I thought it was the other one. So he can't go there because that would still be in a fire zone. So that one wouldn't be in the fire zone. I think he's going to go there. So yeah, so just double checking. If he's in a fire zone, he'll move into a non-fire zone hex. Right, well that's not technically true. That's a non-fire zone hex, but that's moving further away. So it's there, Grant. Let's just stop. If he's in a fire zone, move into a non-fire zone hex. Now, if there was more than one non-fire zone hex, then we would look at the AI hex movement hierarchy. I struggle with that word. And then the first bullet of that is fewer number of hexes away. So that is clearly going to be fewer number of hexes away. Because I think that would be moving further away as well. So he's going to back up into there, and it costs an extra movement point to reverse. So it's going to cost them 2 to make this move. And I assume he's going to keep his facing on me though, which is kind of odd, but well, yeah, he needs to face towards. He wants the arc of fire in the most enemies, because if we were to move in close to him, he doesn't want to be facing up that way. Even though he's got the turret, remember it costs him 2 extra AP to use his turret. So and the instructions do say that once they finish their move, they'll set their facing towards the most. They'll set their facing to include the nearest unit within their fire arc, and as many other units as possible as well. So yeah, so well, technically I think that does keep these guys, which are way along here in their arc of fire, but yeah, as long as he's facing him, that's fine. So I think that's his move. Oh, it was a command card anyway, so he's not going to worry about the cost. So yeah, that was a low risk move towards the closest AI. And yeah, well, I think we were worried about him firing at us, and now he's kind of annoying though. He's getting now. I don't know what we're going to do. So well, that's him done. So it's you now, Grant. So he's not in cover this time. I kind of, part of me wants to be now back in here, just let me think. Well, I could bring another tank on and bring another tank on in there. I suppose the intention of that in the first place was to get him revealed now, though. Well, you know what, the fact he's one of the strongest tanks, I think it will bring something on in there. So I just noticed this one here was a bit different. I was reading some more of the rules, finishing off the rules today, and I noticed this one came up actually. You see he's got a wheeled and a tracked, so you can use one of either as his bonus moves. It's showing the green, so I'm assuming everything else means he's a wheeled unit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just read that in the rule book. Well, I'm not going to bring him in right now anyway. But I thought maybe this guy, he's got a 4 attack rating, so maybe bring him on there and then move him up there, and then maybe be able to have a shot. Thing is, if I'm shooting that guy from long range, not close range, with a 4, it's 4 against 20. So that's actually not very good, is it? You need to go into close range. Maybe I'll not even consider that then. The problem is I don't really want to move into close range unless he gets spent, because he's going to be firing with a 7 against 15, which is much more doable. And well, I'd like to think I was in some kind of cover, so let's say 7 against 16. That's still a 9. And actually you can't move into stone buildings with tracked vehicles anyway. That's a bit of a bummer then, because that means I would have to move in here, and then then he's got a shot on us, and I'm not in any cover. Here's a cheeky wee thought. What about deploying a unit in there? It's in White Woods. I'd be in his flank. I could deploy one there. It's one of the edge. It's one of the edge hexes. Well, I'm just assuming I get away with A1s, because if I wasn't able to get away with them, I couldn't bring a group on. Yeah, let's just jump across to that quickly. I put a note in the header when I realised that I talked about using caps to use this as a group attack. Can't do that. You can't. Any group action needs to be with fresh units, so I couldn't have done that. However, I could have still made an attack with either or unit. I was only adding an R1 from the group, but I couldn't have done that. So, but I did add a comment to the header about that. Thing is, I do have another 5 attack rating tank, and maybe the fact that this is the strongest guy, maybe I should put this guy down there. And then if he does, well, I'm assuming he's going to do something. That's the thing, he's probably not going to be sitting there with us in his flank. Well, we would be firing 5 against 17, so we still need 12. We could put 2 caps in it and make it, then we would need a 10. So you can see, you really need to get up close to these guys. We do have the luck card, which modifies a die roll. Careful aiming, which gives +2 firepower. Rapid deployment, move 2 hexes. I don't see the point in that one, because it says move a friendly unit 2 hexes over passable terrain. I don't know, maybe, do you think that enables us to run a tank through some woods, or run a tank through some wooden buildings? I don't think so. I think it's more meant for putting this in an infantry unit. But then why have they got this card in the scenario? It's not of any use, I don't think, because all my tanks get to move to. So this is kind of useless, is it not? Move a friendly unit 2 hexes over passable terrain. Well, reading that as it says. Well, hang on. This is going to be the 3rd edition version of it. in here. What does it say? What is it called? Rapid deployment. After taking a full normal move action, the unit may move an extra hex into any passable terrain at no added AP cost. The unit then makes a spent check. And what it says in my old rules is any unit or group, including hidden ones, may move up to 2 hexes at no cost, may not be used on immobilised, pinned or stunned units. Intervening mines affect the moving unit. Unit may not move into prohibited hexes. Yeah, it's not really... I mean, maybe that allows me to ignore the bonus movement restriction on moving through a building. That's all. I've got to assume that's the case, so that I could move this guy, say 1, 2, like that, or I could move him, into a building and then through, or even like from here 1, 2, through woods and everything. But I don't know. There's something feels a bit odd about that. I'll maybe just leave that one for now. But yeah, I suppose you could put careful aim in. I could have my luck to maybe roll the dice and hope I don't get a 1, and hope that would add a +4 to the fire. And I could play both the cards and play 2 caps. That would add a +6. But that's you chucking everything at the 1. I mean, if this had been the tank that we had to kill, the special one. Well, Chernov, innit? It must be Chernov. That's the guy's name, is it? Colonel Petra Chernov. Then it might be worthwhile maybe chucking all the eggs in, but... So I think I'd prefer to try and strategically move into place, I think. And get this guy in short range, but not let either him move into the short range or get spent first and then we can move into the short range. I think I still fancy bringing another tank on there though. So yeah, I maybe don't want my strongest one again. If it's 4, 5, 6, 7, that's still tough, isn't it? Oh, they're really hard to take on, aren't they? I mean, even getting into close combat with a 5, I'm getting 9 against 20. Oh no, 9 against 17. Yeah, I need to get in his flank. I need to get at least short range in his flank. That would be 7 against 17. Couple of caps. Right, okay. Right, so I'm going to place this guy then. I'm going to go... Why use one of the 4 attack rate ones, Grant? Why not use the 5? I think I've already said if I move into here... Well, you know what I'll do? What will you do, Grant? Yeah, I'm going to move 1, 2, and face that way. That was my bonus move, and it was in open terrain. And that basically just puts me at the place where I was talking about bringing another unit on. Then again, you want the units on, why not bring one on there? I was going to do the same thing. I need to get my tanks on the board. Oh, okay. Change the plan again. I'll deploy them there then. I'll deploy that unit there. And again, we're not checking for when he just comes on the board. We're not checking a spent check on him. Okay, so that is my turnover though. So it's back to them. More than likely here, but they do have another unit, so we'll keep things here just now anyway. So they draw. If AI plus units is less than or equal to 4, no, it's not, because we've got 2. Because I don't think the rumoured enemy count for this, do they? Or maybe they do. However, we've got 2 Soviet units and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks anyway. So there's 6 units. Maybe they actually do. No. When determining... I don't know. Do they count as units? Rumoured tanks. All rumoured enemy move 2 hexes since they represent tanks. When determining if the priority order states fresh, do not count RE as fresh. Yeah, I'd need to look into the rules for them. I don't think there's anything that says it. I need to look up rumoured enemy. I'm sure you guys know. However, we don't need to check it. We've got 6 actual units anyway. So, right, it's a green card at last anyway. So, oh well, counteractions again. However, this time he's not got anybody in his line of sight. Because this guy's not in his line of sight now, and even this guy that we put in is not in line of sight. So he's not got any AI in his line of sight. So that then means he can't do the counteractions. Right. Hit AI closest to a unit rally. Well, we do have a hit AI, but he's got a no rally hit marker, so that's not any good. AI closest to a target, low risk move to odds. Yeah, well, that's good, because I think that's what we're kind of wanting him to do. So the AI across the other side is about 7 hexes away. This is 1, 2, 3. It's 3 hexes away from both of these. So this is going to be the AI. This is the AI closest to a target. Low risk move to odds. Right, which target is it going to be? So that is 5.2.2 target hierarchy for AI moves. Movement orders will direct the AI towards units or mission objectives. If both a unit and a mission objective are eligible to be moved towards, the AI will move towards the target listed first in the card's order. Well, it's just target this time, it's not mission objective. Not that we've got any of them anyway. If the eligible AI can execute a move order against multiple units that are equally distant away, then execute the order against the spent unit, none of them are spent. The hit unit, none of them are hit. The unit closest to a mission objective, there's none of them. Then randomly, right? So it is randomly. I thought I might have took into account the firepower, the attack ratings or whatever. So we're going to randomise. It might well be that he moves into the same hex for either or, but I just want to know what target it is. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just roll this off camera. Using the 1 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 1. So that's going to be the guy down the bottom. So it's going to be a him. So he's going to low risk move towards him. He's not in a fire zone. However, he moves here, here, or here, and he's moving into a fire zone, remember? Remember, this does nothing. It's not blocking line of sight. But they would be in a fire zone from this guy. So the AI is not in a fire zone. We'll move into another non-fire zone hex. So he's wanting to move into another fire zone hex and stay 3 hexes away from this guy, or less. But I don't think less is possible. In fact, I don't think 3 is possible. No, because I've already said. Oh, hang on. Remember, I can move 2 hexes, Grant. Ah, yes. Well, I'm glad I remembered. Ah, no, I'd be going backwards, so. I was going to say he can move 1, 2, and then he's not in a fire zone there. 2, 3. He would be 3 away still, but that's fine. However, he's moving backwards, so he doesn't get the bonus move then. Ah, tricky. So he can only move here, here, or here. And all of them are going to be in a fire zone. So if he's going to have to move into a fire zone, we'll move into a fire zone hex that has a defense modifier. Well, it's going to be there then. Because that's no good, that's 1, 2, 3, that would be 1, 2, 3. So it's still the same distance away. Yeah, I think he moves there though. I think he's going to move No, hang on, stop. Yeah, it's a low risk move. Yeah, I was just about to say he can't because this is a green card. Remember, he can enter a hex that's going to void his bonus moves only if it's either a command card or if it's a low risk move. If it's just a normal move and it's only a green card, he will not even make that move. But he can do it this time. It's a low risk move, so I want to say he's going to do that, which means he's still 3 hexes away. He has moved into a fire zone because that's now this guy's not, but this guy can fire at him. But he's at least moved into a 1 defense modified hex. Yeah. You sure, Grant? Not really. We'll move in. Yeah. If the AI is not in a fire zone, the AI will move into another non-fire zone hex. Well, we couldn't do that. We couldn't do that and complete the action. So the only other option is we'll move into a fire zone hex that is a DM. Now, if he wasn't able to do that, then we would skip on. Well, actually, no. We would maybe look at the other unit that's across the other side of the map to see that if he could carry that out. Yeah, because if this couldn't carry out that action at all, then we could still look at the other Soviet unit on the map and see if he could do it. But I think that's good. I think that's okay. So now this is what we're hoping for right now, because that cost him 2 movement to go in because it's 1 plus the 1. Hang on. No. Yeah, I was just thinking that would be 1. No. I've just, for a bonus move, he could go 1, 2, but he's not going to move into short range. He definitely doesn't want to move into short range. Well, low risk move in a fire zone. So yeah, no, I think that's where he goes. So we're going to check on a 2, but this would be really nice if he got spent here. So here we go. Oh, and it's a 1. Look, it's a 1. That would have moved the track on that card, I think. Right, so he is spent. So now, well, we've got to kind of go for this, I think. I mean, he pulled 3. I think he pulled 3 command cards to start the round. So, not that that's meaning that he can't draw another one. Oh no, right there. Yeah, okay. So I suppose the temptation is to just move into there. I mean, I'd like to do that and be in the stone building, but we're not allowed to. We're definitely not allowed to. I don't know why I need to look that up, but yeah, I just realised one of the things I didn't print out was this, with the terrain chart and the summary sheet. So I wonder, just in case it's different, you know, if you're definitely going to go with one set of rules, Grant, you really need to have everything that joins up with it. It does have building stone. It's got to be exclamation mark, which says check for immobilisation. And does it not say that they'll not do that, doesn't it? Track vehicles check for immobilisation 14.5. No, that's a different rule reference though. Right, hang on. I know I've read it somewhere that tanks can't move into stone buildings, but do you think I can find it? I mean, they would have to roll for immobilisation. I think that's where it says they would never do that. You know what? It'll be the solo, Grant. It'll be the solo side of things. That's what it'll be. Multiple hex moves. A tank will not move into a stone building hex or any other hex that could potentially immobilise them. they also will not move into a mined hex. Right, there you go. Now that was in my old solo rules. Double check that's there. I wouldn't have thought that had changed, but that was multiple hex moves. The tank will not move in a stone building hex. Yeah, okay. So it is there. I was forgetting it's in the solo rules. I was trying to print out the last 2 bits. I forgot about that. I'll get that shortly. Right, so he can't. Yeah, so I can't move into there. So if I do want to like put the pressure on him here, well, I'll tell you what though. Because we really want to get in his flank, don't we? How about we move 1, 2 into there? That's 2 open hexes. And remember, this doesn't really affect us. And then turn our facing that way. But I think my intention here would be, if I get the time to do it, is move in there. Or, well, Grant, why not just move right in on top of him? Yeah, well, okay, well, that'll allow me to think of that one. Like I say, I'm pretty sure I don't suffer from that -1. I'm pretty sure that would have to be just the red. It's just got it's a red number, so I don't see any of them on the map that's got blue, mind you. Some of them have black, and that the black means either or. But I don't see any -1s with the black. They're all plus. So unless there's any on the other side of the counters, maybe. Okay, so that was a check of 1. We didn't move into anything. See, here's a time where maybe do you want to use a cap here? Yeah, you might regret it. No, let's go for it. Let's just take a chance. Right, here we go. A 6. Good. Right. That was overkill. That was a waste. Right, so back to him then. Right, don't want to see blue cards though. Right, we don't. If the AI plus units less than or equal to 10. Right, well, I'll need to find out about the rumoured enemy now then, won't I? So, give me a sec. Right, yeah, I went to double check, but I should have known that one. So, yeah, the AI count, in fact, the reinforcements count, all the units that we've got off the map count. So, yeah, there's going to be more than 10. Oh, yeah, because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's not going to, the track's not going to move for a while, I don't think. Unless it gets, there's one that hits 24, doesn't there? Well, then again, there's some that don't require anything, isn't there? Why are you taking that away, Grant? Right, so, yeah, the good thing is that's a green card, so it's not going to affect this guy. So we're not moving the mission track, right. Now, we don't have, well, we do have a close range, but unfortunately he's spent. Well, fortunately he's spent, I should say. Right, okay, sorry. Right, so, but however, fresh AI less than fresh units. Now, this is the one that we don't count the RE, isn't it? Special rules. When determined priority order that stays fresh AI less than fresh units, AI passes. Do not count RE as fresh AI. Off-map German units still count as fresh units. So, are the fresh AI less than the fresh units? Yeah, they will be, won't they? Yeah, I mean, they've got one. They've only got one fresh AI, and we've got 1, 2. We've got 2 here, and then we've got another 4 off map. So they're going to pass. Fresh AI, less than fresh units. AI passes. Yeah, so he's going to pass. Okay. So that's good. Right, now, this is the moment then. Well, I'm saying if we're going to go in to his flank, are we not better going in close combat? But there's a bigger risk, obviously. Because Because if we go in close combat and we draw a blue card, then he's going to fire at us. Whereas if we go into short range in his flank and he draws a blue card, oh yeah, well, I'm thinking he would pivot towards us, but no, he's got a turret the same as we have, so he would just yeah, he would still fire at us. That kind of makes more sense going into the hex then, doesn't it? Okay, and that would be a 2 to move into that hex. I think we would want to use we want to make sure we stay fresh on that one. And then come the next turn, all going well, we would have 9 against 17. Yeah, and we chuck things at that, don't we? We chuck things at that. Maybe our careful aim in. Okay. Right, yeah, I'm going to move into close combat then, and I'm going to turn my face in that way, actually. That's me being confident that we're going to get a result here, and then I'm going to move on. So it's one to make the move, and it's 1 because we're moving into a wooden building. So, but I think I'm going to cap move that. I've got 6 caps, knocks me down to 4. Yeah, because if I don't, it's going to cost me 3 to make the attack. Yeah, I'm going to spend 2 caps, so that's taking me down to 4, so that I don't need to make a spent check on that. Yeah, okay, right, let's do it. So, are we zoomed right out of there? Yeah, we are. Yeah, I forget, it's just because the map's that huge. That's not even getting one map in there, is it? Yeah, okay. Well, we're down this area anyway. Right, so big card big card draw. We do not want to see a blue card here. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's just do it. Okay, we're good. Oops, sorry, I'm not getting on the camera. If I plus units less than or equal to 4, it's going to move twice. Well, we know it's not. It's going to be tricky to move that. We probably need the ones that just move it automatically. Right, so he can't, because he's spent, he cannot do the close combat. The other unit's not involved in any of that either. Execute counter actions. Well, he can't move anyway, so he probably would want to execute the counter actions, because he's got this guy in his line of sight and no AI. However, the other guy has no AI in its line of sight. Has no units in the line of sight. Let's go across and have a look at that again. These are off map, by the way. So he's there. Remember, he went into the trees there, into the woods, heavy woods, and basically broke his line of sight, moved out the fire zone. So he's not got line of sight on these, so he's not going to do counter actions either. However, might as well stay across this side, because the other guy's spent. Well, not necessarily, because we've got RE that might be involved. Now, are any of them got any line of sight? That's a point. Did I consider that? I think I did. I don't think any of them do, though, do they? Because if any of these had a line of sight, well, that's not necessarily. They wouldn't be revealed if they're in a 0 DM hex. That's only when they get revealed. But none of these have a line of sight in these units, and nothing in here either. This, no. Well, that hex blocks line of sight, but there's nothing. You can see these tanks are further down anyway, so it's not. These trees are blocking that. So yeah, no, there's not anything that's got line of sight. So I think we're moving on to the next instruction. So I'll bring it across here just now, get a bit closer to that, because it might be one of these RE that make the move anyway, or do the thing, whatever it is they're going to do. Well, nothing can fire actually, because nothing's got line of sight, apart from the spent unit. Okay, so no counter actions. Hit AI 0 DM hex closest to a unit, Aura's move towards cover. Well, we do have a hit AI, however it's not in a 0DM hex. Remember, it moved into the woods like we said. Hit AI, 0DM hex, closest to unit, or as we thought cover. So he's fine. He can't do that. Unhit AI, closest to a unit that just acted fire. Well, no, the unit just acted as our guy that's moved into close combat. There's nobody got line of sight on him. So I'm just looking at that guy again, but he's not showing. There's two wooden buildings there, aren't there? There's no way that's got line of sight on that, and it's cutting through one of these. I don't even know why you're bothering with this, Grant. So I'll show off my wee red line again. Yeah, you can see it's like going through. It's going through two of them, isn't it? Yeah, I think it hits both the hexes. Okay, so there's nothing that can fire. So then next instruction, unhit AI closest to a spent unit or mission objective. Right, there's no mission objective, so unhit AI closest to a spent unit, move towards. Well, that can happen, yeah. Now we've got, so on this side, because we've got two spent units here. So where is the unhit AI closest to, well, this guy or this guy? So this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 8 away from both of them. But this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 8 away from that. So there is two. Sorry, maybe I don't have him in. There is two candidates for the AI. So which one's it going to be between the two? Right. I know I'm going back to look at the rulebook here, but just once maybe I start getting because this, you've got to see that this is the last two missions that I've played. This is it's so much bigger that you've got to look back to the rules and make sure you're getting the instructions right and going through the proper thing. That's how, yeah. Right. Anyway, so we're looking for if more than one eligible AI is equidistant to a target, then execute a move with unhit AI. The AI with the lowest cost to move. Right. Well, they're both the same. The cost to move is 1, and I remember this came up in a previous scenario where we thought, well, if he's going to move into there, it's going to cost him 2, and this guy's going to move into there, it's only going to cost him 1. So does that mean him? No, it doesn't count that. It's before it's even done its move. It's just saying how much movement do they cost to move. Well, they're both 1, so I think we're going to randomise this. Yeah, and then randomly determine. So I'll say 1, 2, 3 for that guy, 4, 5, 6 for the other guy. You might see the dice in the corner. Not that relevant. That is a 2. So it's going to be that guy then. So, and then this time he's just going to move towards. He doesn't care about risking it. So he wants to get closer. And remember, he can benefit from 2 hex movement, but he would have to go 1, 2, wouldn't he? Whereas that hex is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it is 1 hex closer. So that is 1 hex closer, but then that is and that is as well, and it's in the woods. And I think if we look at the second or possibly third bullet in the hex movement hierarchy, yeah, the second one is we'll move out of a fire zone. Well, he's not in one. And the third one is we'll move into the highest defensive modifier hex. So he can move into here or here. He gets 1 hex closer. I don't believe he's moving into a fire zone either, because this light woods is blocking line of sight. So even if he moves, whichever one he moves in, he's still not in a fire zone, because that is the second one. Well, it's saying move out of a fire zone. It's not saying don't move into one. So if it's fewer number hexes away and you've got a choice, you would move out of a fire zone. I wonder if it's fewer number hexes away and you've got a choice, you would select one that wasn't in a fire zone before one that was. Is that not common sense, Grant? Doesn't really say that though. Yeah, I think I'm maybe not using my common sense there. I'm thinking about that. So it doesn't matter anyway. Both of these are not going to be in a fire zone. Both of these are defensive modifier +2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and he's 8 away. So, and both of them get 1 hex closer. So I'm just going to randomize between the two, I think. Yeah. Well, hang on. He'll move out of fire zone. He'll move into the highest defensive modifier. Yeah, if he was moving towards an enemy's flank, if one of these moved more towards the flank, I don't think you can look at that when they're that far away. So I think it's just a random choice, right? So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll roll dice. And I rolled a 6 this time. So he's going to move into here. Which interestingly will mean he's grouped up with that. And he's going to check on a 2. Is that right? It's 1 + 1 for the woods. Yeah, I wanted to look at the new. I printed the new versions of this out. Yeah, tracked vehicles. Yeah, Lightwoods are +1. Oh well, see that's the thing. It's +2. It's +2 for a tracked vehicle. Is it +2 for a? No, for a foot unit, it doesn't cost anything extra in Lightwoods, and it's +1 for Heavywoods. But tracked vehicles, moving into Lightwoods, it's +1 and they lose their bonus. Heavywoods, it's +2 and they lose their bonus. So is that this is a check on a 3 then? Is that the same as the old rules? I think it was actually. Buildings, wood. No, that's buildings. Sorry. Lightwoods was +1. Heavywoods was +2. Buildings has got a 3. Yeah, but tanks won't move into them anyway. Right. So wood buildings +2, stone buildings +3. Doesn't mention anything there on the new one though. However, I think it's more. It comes from. Well, I eventually found out it was in the solar rules, wasn't it? It says that a tank will not move into a stone building. Full stop. And that's that. Right. So he's moving in there. That's a cost of 3 then. So better chance of them being spent. So here we go. And we've drawn a 2. So look, that might have moved the thing on, but there is quite a lot. Even that might not have done it. Or yeah, I'm not so sure it would. So this guy's spent, and remember they don't have a facing or anything like that. So whenever he becomes revealed, he just automatically faces towards the closest unit and gathers as many others in his arc of fire. His fire arc, yeah. Okay, so back to us, right? Back across the other side then. Had a wee panic there. I thought I'd been on pause again, and I need to keep an eye on that. I've not been messing about with the zoom though. I need to watch as soon as I go near that zoom. Right, okay, so now. So we're going for this attack as is. Remember, he is getting a +1 for the wood building. We are in close combat, so we get his flank. He's get his flank defense, which is 17. So he's an 18. And we are going to be 5 plus the 4 for close combat. We're going to be 9. So 9 against 18, we need 9. Right, we've got 4 caps. I'm tempted to just put the caps on here. I'm looking at that carefully, man, but I really think we're going to need that when it comes to the other tank. And I think the fact that we're sitting sort of, okay now, and even if we do take this shot, and if we do get spent, we do have this. Remember, we're not getting any more cards for the rest of the game, though, the scenario. So, careful aiming, and you've got luck, which you can modify the die roll. So I suppose we could do that afterwards. So do we take our chances? Add our caps. That would be 9, 11 against 18. That needs a 7. And we still have 2 caps left to maybe do it again next turn. I just don't think I want to chuck the careful aiming in just yet. Right, let's do this. Because we're over this side, I'm going to have to bring this dice tray across rather than move the camera all the way across, right? So just double checking. 17 plus 1, 18. We are 5 plus 4 for close combat's 9. I'm gonna spend the 2 caps. We're down to 2 caps. So we've got 11 against 18. Yeah, so we need a 7. Here we go. Oh, that'll do. Because the 7's not a given, you know. I was quite excited when I seen the 5, and I thought, well, 6. That would be excellent. Right, so we've got a hit. I think that's good enough. So we're looking for hit counters out there. Shuffle. We don't get to see that at one mind. And there it is. Right, so that goes down the bottom. We've got our hit now. This is a important card draw as well. So it's cost 3 to attack. So we're going to draw a card on a 3. Oh, look at that. Well, yeah, I didn't really want to spend a cap, did I? I've got 2 caps left. That's, in hindsight, you say, yeah, well, you spend a cap and you survive, but it's not as easy as that. The good thing about that was a command card. So it's going to be him to go. So but we're still sitting there. We still have the command action. I was going to say we've got the other attack we could move up, but then we don't want to. However, we could move him into close combat, because in close combat you target only 1 unit, I think. But if I was to move into short range and fire in there, I'd fire at both of them. I think when you're in close combat, you pick just 1 unit to fire at. I would double check that if it comes to that. But right, so back to them. So again, we do not want the blue card, and we get it doing the drop. Damn it. Oh well, okay. Right, so, and it's fire or disengage, so he's not even looking at possibly removing the hit counter. That might have been their chance. Well, mind you, it might have had rally to start with, and then he would have tried to rally the counter away. Right, well, okay, well, he's going to fire, Grant. There's not much you can do about it. You've got the luck card, but the luck card you need to roll a 1 to get a negative effect. So I don't fancy my chances of that. Right, well, he's going to fire, so, well, we do need to see. We've got to hope that he maybe can't fire. That would be nice. Right, let's see what it is. Suppressed, well, he can, and he doesn't care about how much it's going to cost him. The good thing is that -3, so that is good. So he's going to reduce his attack rating by 3 from 7, so that's 4. However, he's going to get the +4 as well, so that's 8 against a 13. So he needs a 5 to hit. So yeah, so 4 plus 4, yeah, 8 against 13. Oh no, wait, 8 against 14, we get the terrain bonus as well. 8 against 14, so that might have been important though. So he needs a 6. Right, just don't make it a 10, please. Right, here we go, so he needs a 6. Oh, don't. Kaboom. Ah, that's harsh. Right. Oh well. That'll be him then. That was painful. Right, and then no check required. It's the command card. Right, hang on though, so not something else happens. Does he gain points? Well, that goes on our cap track on the 8 position, that tank that we just lost. And Soviet AI immediately for each eliminated German unit. Yeah. So let's swing up there and show you that. That goes on the 8. It was 8 we had to start with, wasn't it? Yeah, 8. So now we're only going to get a maximum of 7. He gains a victory point for that as well. Oh, that was cruel. Okay, and then of course now we've got a hit marker on him, but now we need to start again, really. I mean, yes, we can maybe try and move this guy up now. Yeah, there's nothing else to him, but right, okay, well that's his turn. So back to us. Well, I guess we'll try and go for it, because he's not just going to sit there now. He's eventually going to rally. So if I move up, well, it's going to be 7 against. Yeah, I need to get in his flank, don't I? That's the problem, because that's 7 against 21. Yeah, you need to move in. And we've worked out there's no point moving into his flank here as well, moving straight in. So am I not just as well doing that, moving 2, and then next time moving into close combat again? Right, and I'm going to just take a chance with the movement here because I want to keep my caps. So we're going to check on a 1. Not so sure the last mission didn't go too well as well with some of the card draws. It's not went well. That's a dice roll and a card draw right away. Let's just mess this up. Well, I still I could spend 2 caps to move in and use my command action, 1 free action to fire, but I don't know if that's a waste or not. Right, well, it's not our turn, so right, over to them. Oh, no. Come on. Right, so short range this time, so he's going to fire or pivot or rally, but he'll fire first. So he fires, well, again, he's getting the reduction, so he's getting -3, so it's 4 plus 3, so he's getting 7 against our 15 this time. Now we're not in any terrain. So 7 against 15, he needs an 8. Yeah. So an 8 for a hit. Here we go. My. I was looking forward to this session as well because I was determined I was going to get some gameplay in, which I have, I suppose. Well, certainly a bit more than the last 2, but that's us up to about an hour now as well. So that's a hit, I'm afraid. So we draw a hit counter, and we draw this one. Panicked. It's 9 to rally, great. So it's -4 to our front. Oh, we can't attack. Or with no firepower? Why is that not up in there? Does it mean we can attack but with no firepower? That's a strange one, is it not? Sure it's maybe not, Grant. Panicked. Give me a second. Again, I'm feeling the need to look at my old rules to check in case there's a difference. It feels kind of silly. Panicked. Unit may not fire. Front DR decreases by 4. 9 needed to rally. Yeah, you really don't want to be looking at 2 rulebooks every time, and that was the whole point. Picking one and sticking with it. Unit cannot attack. Front defense -4. Rally number 9. That's exactly the same. But. And and I meant to sort of bring something up here. Although I've been messing about with the rules and sort of like undecided about what to play and whatever, all these cards, these are the main part of the game, right? And these are the most complex part of the game, and this is what I enjoy the most. I like the thinking out these cards and working it out, and sometimes I need to go and ask questions and get answers and that. That's it. And this doesn't change between whatever rules I'm using. No, I don't think so. And this is the main part of the game for me. So it doesn't really matter what else I'm doing. I know as one of my followers that's watched some of my videos, Hal, has obviously been watching this, and he must be quite keen on it as well. So he's went in order, and he was asking me about what version to buy, and it's difficult to sort of say. I mean, I suppose if I could go a cheap version 2 Awakening the Bear or a cheaper version 3, then I would get either one that was cheaper, I think. And version 3 will work with us. There's little bits that you've got to do, and that's the frustrating part. And if you don't know about it and how to do it, then I suppose it is a bit, it's not ideal, is it? But yeah, whatever rules it is I'm using, this is not going to really change. This is going to be the same. I mean, I've already said that these are older cards. This would have been a rad, or not a rad, it's been, if you were to buy a version of this now, a more up-to-date unless you got the version that I got, I don't know what version I got, but it would have attack. It wouldn't have fire. It would have attack, and it doesn't call it firepower, it calls it attack rating. I think that's maybe there's some other differences to the cards, but they're all meaning that you do the same thing, is what I'm saying. So yeah, this is yuck. This means I can't fire. I would have thought this symbol should have been up here, because that's a cost of fire, isn't it? But maybe just does it have on the new? Well, there you go. Hang on. On the old version of the rules, it shows it like that. But if you were to buy version 3, and I'm sure the counter would be the same. Oh, I can't show it. Can you see it? Ban it. It's got the symbol up the top left and the bottom left, which I would have thought more sense having it up there, or both. That does. But anyway, it still does the same thing. Fair enough. So we can't attack. And it's going to be easier for him to hit us next turn by 4. -4. That's just brilliant. And well, he doesn't need to do a spent check because he's spent, but he's still managing to fire. But yeah, it represents them using caps. Well, this whole thing about us using 2 caps to maybe move in and then using command action, we're not going to be able to do that. What a route. This is horrible. This is horrible, isn't it? I really need to try and rally this guy. I mean, I've got my command 1 free action, but again, I've only got 4 cards, and that's it. That's going to be it. But I could use my command action, use my last 2 caps to try and rally that on a 7 roll. Because having him like that is hopeless. Some of you are probably saying, why not use the command action, or not even use the command action, use your 2 caps to just move them out of there. Yeah. And one thing, this is one thing I forgot, and I don't think I missed it. I think I've got away with it. Just click there just now. You get a +1 for rallying in a defensive hex. Let me see that. Rally. Let's see rally. Rally check. 7.7. You also get a +1 for each friendly unit in your hex, but like I've said to you, in this game, it's not clever to stat your units. Rally number modifiers. A unit's rally number is lowered by terrain, fortifications, and other friendly units in its hex. So you lower a hit unit's rally number by 1 if it occupies light or heavy woods, wood or stone buildings, walls or fortifications, heavy smoke. See, heavy smoke? Remember we had that in the last scenario. I'm just wondering if there was any cases. I don't think there was, because I think I watched back and I thought, watch out for that. And then per friendly unhit unit in its hex. So you get a +1 for every unhit friendly unit in the hex. So does that then make more sense that we should go back and get the chance of another? But then, then we're not going to be able to use caps to adjust the rally. So we'd have to use the command action card. Other option could be we move 2 hexes. Oh no, we can't move 2 hexes back because I'm backing up. Oh, I can't move in there then. Well, I'd have to use the command action card because that's going to cost me 1 for the move, 1 to back up, and 1 for the wooden build. So it's going to cost me 3. I've only got 2 caps. It gets worse. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a good play there at all, is there? Well, I don't think there is. There maybe is. Because if I try and just rally in place, yeah, I need to use the command action because rallying costs 5 action points. So I need to use the command action, and then I could chuck the 2 caps in. I could rally in there and end up. Let's just say I get lucky and I get a 7 and we rally. Then I'm so spent in that hex, and then there's nothing that can get me out of that hex. So he's going to sit there adjacent to that for the rest of the round, and then when we move into the next round, if he's not still done something, you know, there's a good chance an our command card's going to come up. But if he's not done that, and we're rolling initiative to see who's going to get to shoot first, or who's going to get to go first, you know. So it probably makes more sense me backing up with a command action card, and then I won't be able to do the rally, but I'll still have my 2 caps. That's that card away, yeah, when I do that. Well, what about bringing on our tank? Nah, see. Yes, I could bring our tank on, but this guy's still just waiting on a blue command card coming up, and he's just going to blow him to pieces. Because remember, he's now 4-7 against 11. Yeah, that's trouble. I'm saying that, even if I move in there, he's still got line of sight on there. That would be 4 to 11 plus 1, 12, 4 to 12, so you've got a better chance. And then we could, if we back up, then we could attempt to bring our tank on. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I don't know. I feel like it's gone really bad, so I'm going to use this on this, giving it a free action, and I'm going to reverse it. Wait. So you could put it in there. I don't think that's line of sight. Is that line of sight? Oops. I don't think it is it? It's annoying when there's 2 counters, it kind of breaks the... I want to say it is. I'm sorry, it's breaking it. That would tell us for sure. Yeah, it definitely is. So, shouldn't I consider... Oh, no, but I can't because I'm backing up. I said that already. Is there anywhere else we can go? Not really. 1, 2... Well, remember he's got a turret grant, so... Yeah, it's horrible. Don't want my facing that way. Does it matter? Right, okay. I'll go with that. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. That's a card away, so... Yeah. And then now I can maybe try and bring another tank on and we can chance our luck, I suppose. Right, I'm at an hour and 11 minutes, but I'm kind of keen to... Well, the AI's... I like to finish on so it's my turn next, so I know where I'm at. So we'll do one more AI action and then I probably will just cut this. I'm hoping to get back in a wee bit and try and get this guy. Get some revenge. Right, here we go. Right, oh, well, okay, +2 on the timer then, and there's no condition this time. So that is going to happen. Well, I'll tell you what, that's fortunate. Because that was going to take some caps away. So we're moving 1, 2 right across that, fortunately. So nothing else doing. Yeah, just back to the card. Right, so it's not going to affect this guy. Oh, they're going to pass, aren't they? Because fresh AI less than fresh units, there is only one fresh AI, and yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units that are off the map, so they are going to pass. Oops. Yeah. Okay. I want to carry on. Yeah, let's just push on one more turn then. Right, so we're going to bring a tank on. So yeah, there's not a way of getting. And I want to move into close combat again, don't know. Well, I think I've got to bring one of the weaker strength one. Well, I don't have to. I've got another 5 and a 4, and I've got 2 3s, but a 3 in amongst them would be it's a +1, so it's 18 years. So I'm like 7 against. Yeah, I'm only 7 against 18. That's horrible. I'm going to have my 2 caps. Yeah, I really. If I'm going to go for this, I need to go big, don't I? So we bring the Panzer 38 again. That was the strongest one. That's the one he just... Was that one of the ones... Was that the one he just took out? It was, wasn't it? Jeez. Because 9 against 18 plus the caps. That's what we need, isn't it? These are the strongest tanks that they've got. So I need to put my big guys against the big guys, don't I? Okay, so... well, I can put them here or here. Doesn't really matter, does it? Don't think. Right, so I'll put them there. Right, and remember, we're not checking on that once they deploy them. So over to him again. It's not a blue card, and the timer's moving again. Oh, this is doing something. Bogged down. As AI action, roll 1d6. 1 to 4 equals the fresh highest firepower German tank closest to an AI is immobilised until the next round. Oh, no. I should have glanced at that maybe before I... So that's... now, hang on. Yeah, it's their action. I was thinking, well, this guy's spent, but it's nothing to do with him. It's nothing to do with this guy. It's just their action is going to be to bog down. It's like playing the bog down card. He's going to bog down on this. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. So it's as AI action roll 1d6, 1 to 4. Right, what if we don't roll? If we roll a 5 or 6, then what happens? Do they still carry on and get another action? No, they don't, because this is the same as the bogged down card. Right, where's the cards? No, it's not going to be in there. No, I'll just look up in the book, Grant. If I look up the bogged down card, it's as if they're playing that card. So, bogged down. So you're playing the card, immobilise anyone fresh or spent enemy vehicle. No, you don't roll a dice, so. Yeah, I don't have to roll a dice when I'm playing that, so that doesn't really confirm that they won't do something else. Or does it? Does it have some text on the card, which I can't see there? Immobilise anyone fresh or spent enemy vehicle. That's the old, again, I'm looking at old rules and new rules. Yeah, you should never have got yourself into this. Yeah, I was reading some comments earlier about how folk just, they think this game, you should just play it with the second edition and that should be that. I mean, second edition rules. It's not to say you couldn't buy the third edition game and just play with the second edition rules anyway. I think, oh, mind you, that would be a bit silly as well, wouldn't it? If an enemy vehicle is immobilised, place the immobilised marker underneath it. The vehicle may not move on its own for the rest of the round, but may fire if able. May be towed. That's saying if. I'm just trying to see. I can't see the card. It's too small, the text. Just wonder if there's a die roll there then. But then that's strange because this is old. This is old. This is mission map. This is solo missions. This is old school. So the fact it's got a 1 to 4 on it. Right, yeah, maybe I need to go and look at this. Right, that's typical. I just wanted to get kind of a few things moving and then. Well, why don't we roll the dice first? Because if it is a 1 to 4, that's what they're going to do. Yeah, let's do that. I can maybe look at that, maybe keep that in my mind and look at that next chance I get. So if they roll a 1 to 4, then I'm pretty sure that guy's getting immobilised. Right, so here we go. Ah, dear. Yeah, nothing happening. Nothing good happening anyway. Not for the Germans. Well, maybe some folk will be happy about that. And I'm talking war and things. World War II, that is. Roll 1d6. So 1 to 4 equals the fresh highest firepower German tank closest to an AI is immobilised until the next round. Yeah, it's not. That's it. Now I've got the markers. Where are they? Yeah, bingo. So that's it there. So it gets this counter, which also reduces his defense. So, yeah. So that lasts until the end of the round. So I'll put that tank on. I mean, he can fire for there, but he's firing with 5 against 21. So yeah, exactly. That is their action for the turn. That's what it said. We'll move that onto there. It said, as AI action, roll 1d6, fresh highest firepower German tank closest to an AI is immobilised until the next round. Yep, that is that. And that is bad. And now I think I will just leave it. Because I don't know what to do now. We could bring another tank in.
I suppose I probably should try, but then I'm putting all my eggs in. Yeah, you know what? I better leave it for now. That's an hour and 20 minutes. But the temptation is I'm going to bring this guy into here, and then he can move 3 spaces as long as one of them is wheeled though. It needs to be on a road, doesn't it? It doesn't really matter in this case, but I think I need to bring him because the other ones are 3. Only got attack rating at 3, and I kind of need the firepower, don't I? Yeah, okay. Right, okay, I'll leave that for now. That was not... Well, it was probably a better session regarding getting some gameplay. Still probably not as much as I should in an hour and 20 minutes, but however. But it's not went very well at all, is it? Kind of looked like it was quite good when we thought, we found one of the big tanks, but they're no easy to deal with, so... Right, I'll get away for now and hopefully be back for a bit more this evening. I do have about a week off work now though, but there are a few things. We're going away for a couple of nights, and but I'm sure I'll get some time to get some play in. Okay, I'll be back later. Cheers.